Hey, what is up, guys? It is me, Parkzy here, and today we are going to be going through the DGBA Swarm Season 1 post-par rankings. I am here with three fantastic gentlemen. If you'd like to introduce yourself in any order at all. No? Nobody?
No.
No,
No.
okay.
Screw you. No, screw you.
TTM, I got.
Nah.
Right, okay, well,
TTM, I got.
that's who I'm, going to be recording with. Haz, Aggro, and Cam. So we just want to say that...
Hello?
Thanks, guys. So I just want to say that these teams are entirely subjective, so you may be a perfect battler and have a horrible team. So sorry if you're ranked very low and you're actually incredible. Anything else, Haz?
Killer's team sucks.
Yes, Killer's team does suck.
I second that. That's very true.
I've heard that.
Alright, so let's get into our number 16 team, which is the Spinders by Bill, and he has got a team of Mega Kangaskhan, Excadrill, Latias, Florges, Mamoswine, Arcanine, Jolteon, Whimsicott, Zoroark, Quagsire, and Hippopotas. So guys, why'd we rank the 16th?
Mega Mamoswine is my favorite Poke.
You can't be memeing me already.
Nah, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. He's like four ground types.
Mm-hmm.
Four. I mean, Hippopotas is not a Pokemon, but still.
I could do things.
Fortunately, Tyranitar was sniped as well as Powdon by the same person.
What?
We'll get onto that.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
I feel like
eventually.
I don't understand why he picked Quagsire. I feel like he should have just gone like a normal water type which actually resists ice.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
it's more for like something like a Zardex.
Maybe, but
I
then
mean,
he
it could
has
be
like
just
normal
unaware,
ground
man.
types.
I mean, yeah, but like DD kills
Yeah,
every
why
Pokemon.
he-
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't
it's
understand
more.
why he
It's
didn't just
more.
like grab Gigalith as a
Yeah.
sand
Yeah,
setter
yeah, I think
instead of-
Gigalith would have been way better for this team.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I
Gigalith,
don't know.
Gigalith is pretty good. Like, it got a lot of attack, defense, so you don't really need.
It's like
Quagsire?
Rhyperior.
Like Quagsire is gonna be physically defensive for setup sweepers like Zardex, for example, but Gigalith can just kind of do that job as well.
Yeah.
You can just
Yeah,
run
I-
HP Grass, and then Quagsire loses.
Yeah.
Megazord.
Exactly.
Like one of you were saying, like overlapping with a lot of each other. Like it's hard to bring Mamoswine and Excadrill. It's hard to bring Whimsicott and Florges together quite a bit of the time.
I mean, Whimsicott is it can really do a lot of things. Like, I don't see anybody really using it, but like offensive Whimsicott is really good in my opinion,
Yeah,
at
I
least.
suppose.
It's nice with 3Z as well with the momentum.
And like it's more utility than a wall like Florges. One thing I don't really like though is that he has like Mega Kang first. I don't think Mega Kang is that high of a priority.
Yeah, I feel like it could have been okay if he'd actually supported it, but he only has like
Ooh.
2 knockoff mons. I just don't see how this team supports Mega Kang.
I mean, the only thing that really supports is like Wish from Latias and Forges, but
Yeah.
It's got its own wish though. I mean,
yeah, but still,
Yeah,
like,
so
you
there's
can,
no
you can run
knockoff
more
support for it.
offensively that way
He's got
instead of having.
He's got
like
4
that way.
Wish Passers on this team. 4.
Yeah, and like the thing is with it is like it can run more than 2 moves that are like locks, like Wish and Protect. You can just have those slots open. That's really it.
Yep.
Like that's the only thing that really helps it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see him bringing like more than 2 of his ground types a week, and I think that really hurts his team.
Yeah, and his team's also weak to a lot of things. It's weak to, I think,
Ice,
water,
especially.
ground, fighting, and ice.
Oh,
a lot of
just-
that to do with the fact that he just has 4 grounds.
The worst part is that like a lot of water types get ice coverage.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Like and offensive waters can just run HP Grass, Ice Beam, and like Surf. For example, like a Greninja. Like Greninja runs through this team.
Yeah,
Easily.
Greninja destroys
Yeah.
them.
You have like Ice Beam, Grass Knot, if it kills either HP Grass or Grass. Surf or Hydro Pump, depends what the rules are. And then Toxic Spikes for Forges, so it can't really easily come in. Because this doesn't have Poison type either, I think? No.
No, it doesn't.
No, he does not.
So yeah, I think those are like kind of hindering.
So we all go with this team.
Yeah.
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 Okay, let's move on to number 15, which is going to be the LA Lake Guardians, which is ATT's team, and he has got a team of Megaladios, Zapdos, Kartana, Tyranitar, the first Sandsetter, Comfey, Alumamula, Apollon, the second Sandsetter, Shuckle, Metagross, and then of course Heal with Yolodon Ninetales. So bring it all the weather.
The question is how do you start with Megaladios and make it bad?
Yeah, right.
The
I feel
obvious
like this
answer
team
is
just
he
really...
wanted Shuckle and Sand.
I sort of a Shuckle in Sanders.
I mean, it's not.
That's
I'm
unbreakable.
actually looking at it again. It's like not really that bad. Like, there's a lot of fat mons that can support Cortana's late game sweeps.
Yeah.
I don't really see why the Ninetales is there. Like, maybe for setup Latios and setup Cortana, but Cortana's gonna die to any special hit anyway.
Yeah, I feel like he could have used the points spent on like a lot of Ninetales to fill more roles on this team. I feel like the
Yeah.
big issue with his team is I feel like he had like a lot of like really questionable picks, which he probably could have like used like more efficiently to get like more roles out of his team. Like I think like stuff like Shuckle and Hippowdon are like pretty suspect picks.
The thing
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
he can't just probably win games with Megaladios plus Tyranitar because it's such a
I mean,
good combination.
isn't it really like a meme that ATT like drafts it Tyranitar?
Yeah,
that's
it
someone
is
else.
a meme.
Because like
He likes Pursuit.
I think Hippowdon is like better with his team. Like I love Zap Hippowdon. Amazing. Especially in Gen 6, but
Yeah, for sure.
Gen 6.
Yeah.
They have an Alamola right there as well, but I don't really
Yeah,
see you
for the
using for
ice
Tyranitar on this team. Like, you could have gotten like a Drapion, could have gotten your Toxic Spiker and your Poison and your Dark Pursuit Trapper for the Latios.
Yeah, I can see that.
And like then you could have gotten
And
something
the
else
Aloe
for
doesn't really make
Ninetales.
a lot of sense.
Not really, no. It helps Metagross, I guess, but not really.
Yeah, balls have recovery. They don't really benefit from the wish.
Yeah.
And maybe
Yeah.
like a little bit of like Zapdos, because like Zapdos kind of like being able to come in for free on rocks.
He also doesn't have that much momentum. It's only Zapdos and Comfey, isn't it?
Yeah, it does like a lot of momentum.
And
Yeah,
also
I
he's
mean,
very weak to
it's not even
ice.
it's not even that his momentum is that bad. Like I don't think momentum is that needed with like I have a team that is pretty similar to this, but I mean not really similar, but more so the Latios and Cortana. I don't think it needs momentum that much. But
then he has like a lot of mons with Drain momentum stuff like
yeah,
Aloe
that
and
is like the
Hippo.
problem. You have an Alamomola and a Shuckle, and it's like why?
Yeah.
I think Kartana would appreciate just a bit more momentum though.
Yeah, I mean a little bit of momentum is always nice, but I don't know.
Ghost
I mean,
types
their
are focused.
Pokemon that ATT can use well, probably.
Mm.
But they're not really got synergy, but they're the sort of things that if
Yeah,
you know how
just
to use
picking
them, they'll do
comfort
well.
mons.
Yeah.
I think one of the big things about this team is that it's balanced, but it's balanced without a poison, like a ground of poison, because you need T-spikes on a balance, or T-spikes that's over on a balance,
Yeah.
at least in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like Alamomola and Hippowdon just kind of don't like T-spikes at all.
Mm.
I think he's still got quite a few good removers, especially his top. Well, I guess Kartana defog's not really that great, but he still has really good defoggers like Megaladios and Zapdos that can still sort of defog those T-spikes away.
You don't always want to
Yeah.
run deep poisons though.
Yes, I guess. But would you really want to defog when you have a web setter? I mean, it's not that. Obviously, it's not gonna be there every week, but still,
Yeah.
you know.
And I don't know. I mean, it's 15th for a reason, so.
Yeah, true.
I mean, we're criticizing him for a reason.
Yeah. Shall we get on to 14th?
Yeah.
Sure.
Right, we have got Dyla and the Maudlin, is that it? Maudlin Morals?
Yeah.
And he has got a team of Zygarde, Jirachi, Keldeo, Tangrowth, Buzzwole, Doublade, Mega Tyranitar, Golbat, Chandelure, Avalugg, Vikavolt, and Wigglytuff. And can I just say how many of these Pokemon are like open mouth screaming at me right now? So many intense, there's so many intense poses.
Why does he have 6 ones weak to fire? Half his team is weak to fire.
That is
We've got
actually a
Flash
really
Fire
good.
Chandelure.
I didn't even notice this, but that is a really good question.
It's
Yeah.
so weird. And then he has, I think he has a lot of like really cool mons. But I feel like there's a lot of like really big holes in this team. Like his fastest mon is Keldeo
Yeah.
at 108, and then he has Jirachi at hundreds. So like his speed tiers are really really bad. There's those some
Especially-
webs to like offset that.
Especially in a format like this where we have sort of pseudo Uber Pokemon like Darkrai and Deoxys Speed. They're allowed as well.
yeah.
They're very fast. So yeah, speed is a lot more important.
And
He has like
sorry, go on.
he has like 4 Pokemon that all fill the same role of being like the physically defensive tanky mons with no Spadef, and it just doesn't make sense because he picked them back to back to back. Like, he's like, I need another physically defensive Pokemon here.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
Why
say
not?
that, but like, do Blade like pretty defensive with EV Light anyway? Tyranitar has Sand, which can just cover it up, and Tangrowth can be AV.
Like Tangrowth can stay with any Spadef, and then Buzzwole, the Blade, and Avalugg have like 0 Spadef.
Doesn't
you
do,
have
but you
4
have really bad Spadef as
roll.
well.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they
They're
all have
all the bad
Spadef,
Spadef are weak to fire as well.
They have
Fire
bad
type.
Spadef, but they can be used like as Spadef Pokemon with AV. I guess. Except Doublade. But
Silvers Doublade is underrated.
I think I think
If you say
like
so.
obviously only one team has this, and I don't even know anybody picked it, but like I think a Heatran would just blow through this.
Oh yeah,
I was-
completely.
Uh-huh.
I was looking at it because he still has like 5 points left or some shit, and he could
Yeah.
just drop the Blade and Buzzwole for Thundurus and Diancie, and the team would look so
Wait.
much better. He'd have
Why
a
does he
third
have a-
rock better.
Why does he have a Wigglytuff? If he's
Yeah,
got
why
5
is
points left?
Wigglytuff his only fairy? That's pretty suspect. not gonna
I mean,
lie.
Yeah.
It's not Mike Man WBA
I mean,
special.
it doesn't really matter that he doesn't have like a good fairy when he has Tangrowth, you know, and Avalugg,
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, his Jirachi is his only Draco switching at this point, and it's his
Yeah.
main stealth rocker other than T-Tar.
Hello,
And it's
Doublade
one of
is
his
a
fastest
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I mean,
And
yeah, I
I
guess.
also think his removal's really, really suspect, especially because he doesn't have like a grounded poison, and like his
Yeah.
removals, Golbats, Vikavolt, Avalugg.
Avalugg.
Golbat is pretty good, but yeah, I get what you mean because like there's no other real good removal.
Yeah,
You don't want to
like
bring
and
Golbat.
that
do you?
plus like a lack of grounded poison. He has stuff like Tangrowth, which really get hurt by T-spikes.
Yeah,
I feel like also that this team is a lot more centered around Jirachi than Zygarde. Zygarde's just kind of off there in its own corner. You've got things
Yeah,
like
Jirachi
Megaterra, Keldeo.
Jirachi's forced into like Spadef roll every single week in this. Like, you can't
Yeah.
run offensive with this roll.
I agree.
I think Buzz has to be offensive a lot because it doesn't break grasses very easily either.
Right.
Yeah.
hmm
Other than Vikavolt, yeah.
He's also
Vikavolt
got
as
That
a
was
goal that, yeah.
that was actually a really good point because like, let's say there was another Keldeo on our team, Keldeo would also run through the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of things run through this team. It's just it's really lopsided. And I feel
One-
like
Go on, sorry.
I feel like because he has like all these like fierce death ones, like it makes him have to force to run like AV mons like Spinef Jirachi. It just makes his prep a lot more predictable.
Yeah, one thing I do think is that like a lot of people will have trouble defensively prepping for him because he has a lot of offense that is really strong.
Yeah.
Except for like the grasses that are like annoying for him, and they have Jirachi, which is going to be, I mean, it's going to be defensive then every week, but it would be able to support it because like Wish helps Zygarde and Tyranitar, for example, because they're really bulky and stuff like that. I don't really see how he does anything to grasses and defensively. It doesn't really work that well.
No.
Yeah, not grass types are a problem.
So I
Yeah.
can't see him like putting in work with like Zygarde and Tyranitar just DDing up and winning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Should we move on?
Yep, okay. Let's move on to number 13. And we have got the Baltimore Buzzwolves, talking about Buzzwole again, with Nick. And we have got Megalopony, Tornadus Therian, Weavile, Heatran, talking about that again as well. Roserade, Silvally, Sandslash, Hoopa Unbound, Gothorita, Primarina, Licky Tongue, and Wormadam. That can be any variant. So yeah.
It started off so well, and then you got to round 7 sands.
What? What's wrong?
It seems sort of. It started off really, really well. I really like the first like 4 to 5 picks, but then like some of the later picks were, I think, a bit more questionable. I feel like this is like really like lopsided, like really offensive. I'm not really sold on this
most of the time.
I don't think it's actually that
Sorry,
bad. I don't think it's that bad of a team. I like it, kind of. I just think that a lot of the picks could have been better. If that makes sense. Like the Hoopa, it's just kind of there. It doesn't really have a reasoning to be there. I think.
Yeah, Hoopa with Weavile is very odd.
Yeah, I get you do have a lot of U-turn switch-ins with Heatran, Torn, and Marine, but you don't want to do that every single game.
Mm-hmm.
And they're already forced to run U-turn more because of Gothorita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, his only momentum is Silvally, Tornadus, and I guess Baton Pass, Megalopony, so it's hard to get in Hoopa, unless for the revenge kill.
I mean, Megalopony Baton passing into
yeah, because they like cover their weaknesses.
Yeah,
really
because
well.
like let's say the last guy like plays versus this guy, and then he goes in his Changrove on the Lopunny, and then he has a free switch. Then
yeah,
you can like then it's kind of a 50-50 because you have to predict the Tyranitar, but you can run like sub and then sub up and then like maybe run focus bomb.
Wormadam beats Tangrowth anyway. Infestation Wormadam beats Tangrowth.
there you go.
I like the Primarina here though. I think it could have been earlier, but I mean if you get it later, it's nice.
Yeah.
I just think that a lot of the roles are kind of weird.
I think Primarina definitely saves his team.
Yeah.
He has a nasty speed gap between Silvally and Tornadus.
Yeah, that's very true as well. Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Torn Weavile are pretty much the same.
Yeah, that's
I feel like you could like maybe replace
stuff.
I feel like you can maybe replace potentially a Hoover pick with something that fills that gap in a bit more.
Yeah, I think if he took Hoopa and maybe 2 of his lower tier picks, then he could try and break it out a bit more evenly.
Yeah.
Hoopa, I just think is just you see something expensive and you go for it, and it's not really the best synergetically on this team.
It wasn't needed with Weavile there already.
Yeah.
One thing I do disagree with, I don't know who it was. Someone said that this team doesn't really work that well defensively. I disagree with that because like you have Heatran, which is pretty good. You have Torn. Torn is like a really good pivot. Roserade is pretty defensive if you can like invest in it. So Valley too, and then you have like Lickitung, which is pretty decent. Like I don't think Lickitung is that bad of a Pokemon, especially Eevee, and like Primarina is also pretty defensive. It's really bulky. So I think it's not that bad defensively, and offensively it's not as good as you think it is. But it like kind of mashes into.
It's very top heavy offensively.
Yeah, that is true.
What's his physical pivot? Like pivot into physical type attacks.
Sandslash.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that is true. Actually, is physical defense pretty bad?
Yeah, I don't know. Unless you run the Primarina in UU that's ran to counter Terrakion, then I don't know.
I don't know.
Like Rest Talk Fizz-Death.
I don't know how many points it would give you, but say he has like he doesn't have a Lickitung, he doesn't form it. Of course you need a ground type, obviously, but let's say those 3 aren't there and you have like go for the ground type. An extra few points to give to that. I think something like Porygon 2 would really work well here.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, you lose your one of two stealth archers then.
Yeah, but like you get a different ground type from the Hoopa pick and the extra points.
Yeah.
Hey, one down trash on Stealth Rocks. Gotta respect that.
Wormadam is a very good Pokemon when used
Yeah,
correctly.
it's broken.
It gets Quiver Dance as well, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I mean,
So-
at that point you can run Belong like the sleep outer set. Because I don't think you can sleep Pokemon with Wormadam. I don't know.
Blossom doesn't get Infestation. Wormadam.
True. Broken move.
So
He also struggles switching into fighters like Conkeldurr, stuff like that. Like everything's kind of dropped.
Oh, so I know he has Weavile, but what's his Lando switching?
Primarina
Primarina can do it. Primarina can do it.
Tornadus.
The Primarina is pretty frail on the defensive side.
Yeah, but you can invest in it, and like you can, like if it depends on the set obviously, but like Horn can be a switch in.
Yeah. Something like an HP Ice Storm maybe.
You can just run a Silvally that's kind of bulky.
Yeah.
Like a grass one or something.
Yeah, so Valley gets chipped easily though, that's the only thing.
Or
And, like,
Wormadam
Z-
Sandy form.
The thing is though, with like Z or the grass Silvally, it can get Z flied. So would you predict that? That is the thing.
That's true.
I mean, you
Or
can.
you turn door.
I guess you can predict it with like Z fly for the Encore Lopunny, but I don't know. I think Rock Z is better here, or Z ground actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Actually, Rock Z. Yeah.
I just think that its pivots are a bit sketch for physical attackers.
Yeah.
Should we move on to number 12?
Yeah, I think we should.
We've talked a bit long about this one.
Yeah.
So next we're moving on to the LA Charizards and Ishan at number 12. And he has got a team of Celesteela, Mega Mawile, Manaphy, Dugtrio, Drapion, Rotom Cut, Reuniclus, Miltank, Cryogonal, Gligar, Girder, and Shed Ninja, I guess. So, yeah.
Did you just disrespect Chillinger?
Yeah, honestly, if Shit Ninja can come in to a game and actually survive more than I don't know 3 turns being on the field, I'll be impressed.
I'm pretty sure this is the first team with grounded poison, so that's good.
Yeah, that's a positive. Actually, the last one had the Rose Raid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. What I really like about this one, and I know Haz really likes this one as well, is the synergy behind Selly, Ma, and I think Manaphy too, with the Duck Trio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it looks kind of weird, but if you think about it, it actually works pretty well.
Yeah, I feel like it does rely on Dugtrio a lot in order
It's a bit
to
gimmicky,
trap and
yeah.
kill its mons.
I also feel like this team relies a lot on Manaphy since it's only fire resist and it's one of his more important ice resist.
Yeah, this seems super weak to I think he should have drafted the second water type.
I mean, he has Miltank, which is like thick fat.
Yeah, that's...
Well, yeah, potentially that as well.
Gligar probably beats most physical fire types.
True. Like an Arcanine can't beat Gligar.
Yeah, something like that.
It also has a struggle with getting through bulky water types, especially the first 4.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
It's just Rotom that can hit them.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, I think that a sleeper Pokemon on this team is going to be the Reuniclus. I think that that's just easily going to come in and just calm mind and beat things.
Yeah, and it's also a nice Trick Room support with stuff like more, even like you can run maybe like a cool like Celesteela Trick Room team.
Yeah.
I think the water weakness isn't that bad in terms of like defensive Pokemon can be walling it. Like I used a Mala last week actually that 2-week KO'd a Sweet with like little investment. Mala is with like T-point at least. I mean, it's like a Rotom Mao there. Like
And
like
Cryo
bulky-
takes on most waters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and bulky
Pretty
bulky
much.
waters really don't appreciate T-spikes a lot of the time, except like Rotom. The Rotom is pretty hard for this team to deal with. I can do that.
Yeah.
This team also doesn't really have the best removal on it. Sorry.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
it's
that
like-
as well.
I mean,
Gligar, Kraganoff.
realistically, it doesn't really need removal, except for like Shedinja.
Yeah, I'm not why there's ninjas there. Yeah, it's not too weak to hazards, to be honest.
And
Yeah, I
it's
don't think so
three
either.
reliable removers. Like they're pretty solid. I don't think it's too bad.
I know, it's just a decent team.
He has like 5 Pokemon that are like immune to spikes, so
Yeah.
Yeah. Celestia, Gligar, yeah.
that's also like a thing you can't really hazard me, so it's bring default even every week.
Yeah, he probably doesn't need to bring default most of the time.
Yeah.
I think this team would really appreciate like an offensive fire type on it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of fire types myself, but like yeah.
I can see.
But it's
I
only
see
that
it
the
could be
break
good on
steals
this
isn't
team.
Doug Trio.
Yeah.
Because Doug Trio is
Yeah,
the only
it's
thing that
too
breaks
reliant
steel
on Dog
types.
Trio at the moment. I think Dog Trio is like
That's
really
good
like,
there as well, but that's
heavily
not.
reliant.
Yeah,
And like
that is
because you
true.
can run Shed Shell, that
Yeah.
doesn't make it like as
And like
reliable.
Mega Scissor can just wall Duck Trio.
Yeah,
And like
exactly.
it can use it on a cell steal.
Yeah.
Because like yeah, all you have to do is really bring your steel type with a what's it, the tag thing or the shed shell.
Shed
sorry,
Shell.
Yeah. So Manaphy's gonna have to like struggle with the fire, the ice types, potentially the steel types, maybe water types. So yeah.
I mean, at least he has better knockoff support than the team that drafted Mega Kang.
hmm Yeah, it's got quite a few good knockoff users.
I mean, does he really need that?
It's always nice to have knockoff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true. I mean, it's more so that like you don't really need knockoff Duck Trio Shed Shell and like berries. I think for this team, or maybe like an AV for the Manaphy to set up.
There'll be
later
lots of
anyway.
low things to make them more while.
Yeah, that's pretty true. I think though, like if you can use this team well, it can be like really good because like
Yeah.
there are a lot of Pokemon you have to be able to use well to win, like hard with them. Like Manaphy, Maw, Sally, and Uniclus all can be. They can be like an they have an easy. They're easy to use, but they're hard to master. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Should I move on to
yeah,
number 11? Oh, do you wanna say something, Has, or
No, I was gonna say.
moving on? Okay.
Yeah.
So number 11, we have got the Adalis Metagross with DJ Black, and we've got Nagnadel, Clefable, Solgaleo, Mega Charizard Y, Blastoise, Gliscor, Porygon 2, Heliolisk, Vanny, Breloom, Swirlix, and Mightyena. Interesting.
Okay, so I'm not trying to hate because I have like a Charizard as well, Charizard Y. But why is his removal so lackluster?
Oh, you cannot talk. You cannot
You've
talk.
got like
Hey,
one
What
removal.
what is your removal, Zard?
I have a Zapdos. Zapdos is more reliable.
That's like your only other removal with it.
But
At
the
least he
thing
has.
is,
And Charwhite
Gliscor
itself.
already has 4 moves like Syndrome, and Blastoise isn't going to come every week. Zapdos can come every week and put in work.
To be fair, Gliscor is also pressured because it's his only ground type, so it's 4 times
Yeah.
more
And
attacks.
Yeah.
one of 2 removers, one of 2 setters.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
We're
it's pressured a lot.
super pressure.
it's kind of hindered that way. I like how he has a really strong Dragon Fairy Steel core, but at the same time, it's like the steel is kind of bad.
Yeah. It's,
Like Solgaleo, you think, oh my god, it's a Solgaleo, it's fucking broke. But like, it doesn't have any items and it doesn't have any recovery.
Recovery.
well, it
Reliable
can
recovery.
rest.
It gets rest, yeah, but like it's
Yeah.
not reliable.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like Sogo can be good like in like the right hands. So I
The
feel like it's
thing
like
is,
really up to them.
Like I've prepped it with it 1 week now, and one thing I just found is that like the lack of items really hinders you because of the fact that
Yeah.
you can't run, for example, a Scarf to hit faster Pokemon, where you can't run Life Orb to do more damage, or Leftover to have more bulk, or like
To be fair, you can run Flame Charge.
Yeah, you can run Flame Charge, but you have
Yeah, you have to use
set
that
up,
with move for
you
it.
know.
Yeah.
Like I had a
Solgaleo.
I only used my Solgaleo this week because it dealt with Mimikyu with Sunsteel Strike. That's like the only reason.
Right.
Like for the
It's
rest of
also
the
the only psychic resist and one of only 2 rock resist. The other one's Breloom.
yeah.
Like it's hardly leaned on defensively.
I also think that like the Charizard was really early. Like I don't think it should have been picked round
No,
4
I
at
neither do
all.
I. Yeah, I also think he maybe could have waited Naga a bit longer.
I do think Gliscor is like a good pick for his team, but at the same time, it's like you gotta have more options with it. You have Clefable and Solgaleo, which can also set rocks. I'm pretty sure Solgaleo gets rocked, right?
No,
I don't think it does. No.
Oh,
it does
doesn't?
not.
Okay, then it's like kind of weird here, or it's not weird, but like you need something else, you know?
Yeah.
Of anything that takes advantage of Charizard while killing grasses or things that
No.
lose to fire types.
Mhm.
Like
I mean,
Blastoise
Gliscor.
his
Gliscor can be really offensive at times.
but Gliscor can break the grasses on its set, kind of.
Depends on what set you are.
True.
But I mean, like an SE set, you know? Like SE Facade EQ Roost or something.
I guess
yeah.
it could be nice for like Breloom potentially.
Yeah, Breloom as well. And like Heliolisk a bit as well. And like
Yeah.
sending the drought for the Heliolisk as well.
Yeah, I don't think it's like dreadful support, but it's not amazing.
It could have been better.
It's
Yeah,
like
It could have been better.
the,
There we go.
the thing with this team, at least when I'm looking at it, like from face value, is that it worked, but it doesn't. It's like it's decent, but it's not solid yet.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oh, so what does Swalix do if he's already dropped a Livani?
Rivani is the chlorophyll sweeper. It's never running sticky with.
Swirlix is the Sash Belly Drum Sweeper
Oh yeah, of course.
Fair,
why
fair,
not?
fair.
because it totally does a lot of damage. Doesn't have
Yeah.
like what's his attack?
What?
Swirlix. Yeah.
Gone knows. I don't
It's
think
got 48
aggro you should know.
attack.
You paid no
It's
cup.
got 48 attack.
40
okay.
FPS. Okay. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Belly drum lords.
It can do the endeavor on birds and it's not.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
The thing is though, you say it is the belly drum sweeper, but he has a Charizard right there.
Yeah, but
No,
Swirlix
no.
gets a
No,
speed
he has
up.
he has the Clefable right there. Hello, belly drum.
Oh shit! Yeah, true.
Swirlix gets a Unburden at least.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Charizard
justify
gets-
Swirlix.
Yeah, I feel like maybe the Swalix could like be something else that feels like more roles, so Gliscor's less pressured. Even though it's
Maybe.
probably not going to be a very good one because it's like 1 point.
I mean, Crocorock? I don't know. You could drop Mightyena for that.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'd say y'all are focused on Swirlix, but there's a Mightyena right there that actually could be a decent dark type if it wasn't Mightyena.
Yeah.
It's got Intimidate.
I mean, Swirlix can also be just like a mascot kind of pick. Like it's just there. It's not really to bring, it's just to look cool.
Yeah.
It's a subtle flex on everyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, one more thing. Who was it that said Sash belly drum?
I think
Parkzy, I
Parkzy.
think.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well,
Then he's
we're
not
great
gonna say it.
analysts.
Then he's not gonna say it.
That.
Does
Right,
it not
so
get belly
should
drum
we-
or something?
Alright, so.
All right. Should we move on because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I have too much else to say about it unless someone else does.
Yeah, it's just the only thing that's really there is like it's solid, but it isn't great, you know. Or it's not solid; it's decent, but it's not solid.
Yeah. I'll actually one more thing I'll say is that he's pretty weak to ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty true. I mean, he does have Charizard, which can like obliterate
of course.
those.
Charizard.
Like ice coverage is pretty common.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's only got Solgaleo and Blastoise.
Yeah.
Right. So next up is Killerasky, Darkrai, and Dark Soul, and we're looking at a team of Stunfisk, Landorus Incarnate, Slaking, Rotom Wash, Blaziken, Mienshao, Mega Sableye, Noivern, Bronzong, Sylveon, Venusaur, and Lickitung. I know this team had a lot of debate. I'm just saying I put a third and fight me.
Defend it, Parkzy, defend it. Defend the round 2 slacking team.
Right, well, firstly, you got the best round 1 pick, round 3, so I think that makes up for it. I don't know, like I like it. It's got pretty good stealth rockers. It's just sort of a run of the mill team. Like it's got pretty much all the typings you sort of want. And I mean, its speed is alright. It does have really Noivern and Mienshao that's over base 100, but I mean it's okay-ish. Noivern's kind of fast as long as it's over 100.
What Blaziken is that?
Speed boost.
Blaziken's
Oh yeah, then it's
yeah, Blaziken is speed.
I mean,
yes, that also helps.
Who was it that asked to defend the round 2 slacking pick?
Me.
You gotta flex, bro.
That's true, that's true.
I mean, look at his team. This man picked a round 2 slacking and got the top. That is a flex. I respect it.
More than
I gotta look up how many kids got slacking last season.
More than the slacking, I just don't get the round 5 Mienshao right after Blaziken. Like
That's very true.
Yeah, and then another thing is like, why does he have a Mega Sableye? I don't think he really does anything for his team except being a dark side.
Yeah,
Like,
it
I think
just exists.
I think Mega Absol would have worked better, even though I think Mega Absol is really, really bad, in my opinion. I believe it does anything else except being bulky and a dark type and just being there. Like, I don't think it adds anything at all.
Nah. Yeah, I mean it's nice for like he's got a decent defensive core, I will say that. He's got
Yeah, I guess, but at the same time it's like he had it already, even without skill, I think.
Didn't he want to get Crafagrus for his ghost type so he could do the mummy trick with Pursuit, Slaking?
Yeah, that he said
And then
that.
someone sniped it, I think. So that's why he's ended up with Sableye as ghost type.
Yeah, I guess, but like, Mega, why would you use Sableye as your Mega when, like?
Yeah, he could have gone.
I'm not gonna say
else, for
Sableye
sure.
is a bad Mega. Like nobody really uses it, but I don't think it's a bad Mega. But I don't think it works on his team. I don't think it has any value. Like a lot of
It's
the things
just just there. It's not doing much.
Yeah, a lot of the things
mean,
it does are already covered by other.
It sort of helps out his removal a bit. That's helpful.
That is. But like, he doesn't really need removal. Like nothing is really to rocks at all.
Yeah.
Except like Noivern, but like, yeah, you don't need that much removal for Noivern.
And the speed tiers are a bit dodgy between Noivern and Mienshao.
Yeah,
Was it 105, 120?
Yeah, 20 is a bit rough. But he has got like a lot of momentum for things like Blaziken and Landorus Incarnate as well.
Yeah, he does. It's true.
That's
He
pretty
really
good
should Waters, since his electrics are defensive and his grass is defensive.
Depends. Because like I kind of agree with you. Because like, he does have T-spikes on his poison, which is also his grass, but whatever. He doesn't really kill the waters, but at the same time they don't really beat him. Like a Suicune can run through this team, yes.
Yeah, no, Suicune like just destroys it.
But other than that, it's not like. I mean, Suicune can
like
get
melodic,
1v1 by Calm and Sylveon.
everything.
Suicune can get 1v1 by Calm and Sylveon. Sorry, like other than that, like he doesn't really kill it. Unless he gets like a toxic on the switch, like that's the only real way. But if he's like rest, you kind of die.
Blaziken and Landorus Incarnate are also a really good offensive core.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That is.
Mhm.
I think
Especially because
Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, he also has trick room options, doesn't he? Doesn't Sable get trick room?
I don't think it does.
Even if it doesn't, it's like it gives Bronzong and Sylveon.
Yeah.
I don't know why he got Licky. I don't know why he got Licky Licky if he's already got a Wish with Sylveon and he's got his normal type already. It's a bit redundant.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Although I guess it you can run more offensive Sylveon sets at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's got quite a few walls.
And it makes him less weak to it's a blanket check to some Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's nice with the Saber it's like a budget Chansey Saber core.
Yeah, kind of.
Sorry, go on.
Nah, I was gonna say go on.
I was gonna say, is there anything else to say?
Oh, I think the Licky Licky can it's a blanket check to some Pokemon, and at the same time it opens up the other Pokemon their roles. One of the other teams, he had the problem that a lot of the things the team did, they were kind of forced into. I think it was the Jirachi one, where Jirachi was forced to be Spidef every week or something. It kind of opens up Sylveon, and it opens up Mega Sableye into being able to also being Calm Mind instead of being knock off and defensive and all that. And then helps Rotom as well with being able to pivot in, getting the wishes.
So should we move on to number 9?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
One thing I still wanted to talk about real quick. I interrupted you earlier, but you said the offensive pressure with Landawai and Blaziken was really good, and I agree with that because Lando was really especially offensive and can break holes for Blaziken's sweep late game with its speed boost.
So yeah, because it definitely pressures water types. But yeah.
Yeah, that's I like that one. That's a pretty good shout from you.
Should
So
we
I'm
move
just-
on down to 9 now?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have checked the Discord in the call, but this is gonna have to be a 2-parter. So this is going to be 16 to number 9, and then I don't know. I guess tomorrow for recording will be 8 to 1. So I guess there's 2 video for you guys that are watching. But we have got the New York Gallades and DKK, which have a team of Landorus, Therian, Zorora, Tabu Fini, Scizor, Mega Gallade, Umbreon, Gophyrugus, Salazzle, Kyurem, Maractus, and Clefairy. And I just want to say, first of all, I am very happy that he got Mega Gallade and right after got the number 1 Mega Gallade check, which is Choppleberry Umbreon, as everybody knows.
I thought you were gonna say Kofag, but then you did your unset.
Hey, I've had 2 Umbreon teams, fought 2 Mega Gallade teams, and Umbreon has beaten both Mega Gallades. I'm just saying.
Right. I think the only person in existence besides 82 who thinks Umbreon's an actual mon. But
I gotta say though, this team I don't know how you got round 5 Mega Gallade. That is.
yeah, that's pretty mad.
And
Umbreon
Lando,
and, sorry, you go ahead.
getting Lando and Zeraora at the same time is damn, that is really good.
Yeah, I have another team of Lando and Zero, and it's a really good call.
And you have Scizor as well, so it's a lot of the momentum for Gallade is really there.
Yep.
And one of the things I like about is that a lot of people think it's a momentum grabber or I don't know what's it called?
Drainer.
Drainer, that. But it can also grab momentum with Baton Pass, which is really nice. You can just drive Baton Pass on their switches and then getting one of the Pokemon that's strong against it.
Umbreon and Clefairy is also a really good defensive core for this team.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It doesn't really do anything back, except for Clefairy can do things back, but
it's a bit passive, yeah.
Yeah, but
it's a bit passive.
I don't
the offense is very good.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The offense kind of doesn't make it bad at all.
Salazzle is also really nice with Lando and Zeraora.
Yeah.
and Sizzle. They'll break crosses down really easily
Yeah.
with each
I
other.
really like the fact that he has T-Spikes plus Salazzle and Kyurem. I feel like they both super benefit with it
Yeah.
because of Salazzle becomes an actual thing.
I like how, because he has his dark type is Umbreon, and Umbreon's obviously not gonna pursue anything really, but he still has Scizor to like do that for some
Yeah, he
Pokemon.
still has like some sort of pursuit option.
Yeah, that's something I like with the Scizor pick. Like I don't really like regular Scizor that much, but it works here.
Also, his only Stealth Rockers are Landorus, Therian, and Clefairy, so...
Yeah, his
Oh.
rock, his hazard setting is pretty... I mean, I
Yeah.
know he's like T-Spikes with
Yeah,
Clefairy,
that is quite subpar, yeah.
And we obviously know that Landorus can run a multitude of sets like Sword Stance or Choice Scarf, and then Clefairy obviously is built to Cosmic Power, Charge Beam.
Yeah, and
6
6-0 Dumoy.
Yeah, when he like, deprived of sleep. But yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of annoying though, because you can't run fully offensive Lando without having rocks on it most of the time.
Yeah,
like,
It's a big hindrance for sure.
Yeah,
And
and
if
he doesn't even have spikes to like make up for it. He only has T-Spikes on Kofag and
Oh, he's got
Salazzle.
the Maractus Spike.
Yeah, the Maractus.
Oh yeah, he has but I mean,
Underrated
Miraculous is
Maractus.
also going to be broad.
I mean Maractus, yeah.
don't
Maractus
think
is only ground type, ground resist as well,
yeah, that's true.
with Lando immunity, which is pretty bad.
Also, if he does want to bring Clefairy as a Stealth Rocker, he might have to bring it alongside Tapu Fini as well, which is just sort of annoying because it sort of takes up a slot just for Stealth Rocks.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Because like I was saying previously about Bill's team, it's like overlapping, like a lot of overlapping types.
Yeah.
He also has that speed gap between Gallade and Zeraora, which kind of happens when you draft Zeraora, but still nasty.
Yeah. It's all. I don't think it's a worse speed gap because like Salazzle still forces stuff like Coco to run like Timid or Jolly, and then he still has like there isn't like a huge gap between Gallade and Salazzle.
How much
so
speed is Salazzle?
117.
Oh
Yeah,
that's like
117.
Coco also doesn't get added or
Yeah,
Mars.
exactly. So I think it's fine.
And 117 is okay. That's not enough for a Megalopoly. That is annoying though.
It's like
Yeah,
three.
that's true.
I think it's 366 on max.
But he has like really solid answers to Megalopoly, so I don't think it really matters for him.
Yeah.
Like he has Cobra Rodriguez, which is like one of the best answers in the game.
Yeah.
Lando, which is also one of the best answers in the game. And Finny's also pretty good at it. I like
Lopini won't be a problem.
Like,
I watched about Kyurem with Tapu Fini.
Yeah, but that's the thing. A lot of people think about that, but then it's like Kyurem wants to run sub roost a lot anyway. So it's like it's probably gonna spam Ice Beam most of the time anyway, and even if it like at that
It's
point,
just it limits your options there sometimes.
Yeah, you can say that, but if you have sub roost, for example, it's actually beneficial for you because you can't get toxic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And like most of the time, you're gonna run Ice Beam E Power anyway, and not a Dragon Stab. So I don't think it's that bad at all.
And it saves you from opposing Dragon Stab sometimes.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
He's not too weak to dragons anyway.
Yeah. I mean, he has God Clefairy right there.
Exactly. Clefairy is the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also feel like his bird spam checks are pretty weak. Actually, as well as his check to offensive like rock moves.
I mean, I think Kof, Rodriguez, and Umbreon can wall a lot of things just like on themselves, not even having to be a resist.
I guess
Yeah,
Azor sort of is rock switching.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, well, it doesn't resist.
actual...
Like his only rock resist is Gallade, and his only flying resist is Zero.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But at the same time, it's you can still like do something about them. Like a lot of the flying types like don't really appreciate Zero or just coming in for free after they kill a Pokemon.
Yeah, so I guess we'll wrap this up here for now. Everyone's got their points, so make sure you go tune in for the other second half of this video for your reveal. So thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for being in the call, and it's been 50 minutes of power rankings so far. So yeah, see you very soon.
Day 2.
Alright guys, so we are back for the second part, and we're just going to do a quick run through and breakdown of the Team 16 tonight that we previously did. Unfortunately, Cam and Aggronauts are not here either, but has decided to be with me, the loyal PR commentator. So we're going to be doing a quick run through. So 16 we have got Bill's team, and number 15 we have got the LA Lake Guardians and ATT, and number 14 we've got the Maudlin Malowiles and Dyla, and number 13 we have got the Baltimore Buzzwolves and Nick. At number 12 we have got the LA Charizard and Ishan. At number 11 we have got the Dallas Metagross and DJ Black. At number 10 we have got Kilraski Darkrai with Dark Soul, and at number 9 we have got the New York Gillies with DKK. And at number 8 we have got our new team that we're revealing, which is the Wellington Porygons and Tezzy, with a team of Genesect that can only use the drives, Mega Alakazam, Hydreigon, Lucario, Jellicent, Togekiss, Serena, Talonflame, Mudsteel, Emolga, Nihilego, and Kricketune. So, Haz, you want to give some insight into this?
Yeah, I mean, I like the first 3 picks. I think that's a good start with getting Genesect with something really, really fast, like Mega Zam that can like pick off things that it can clean is very nice. And obviously Genesect can run a lot of the dark types for Mega Zam, and then he has Hydreigon, which is like a good pivot, and they like cover both of like Zam and Genesect's weaknesses. And he gets a round for Lucario, which I don't really understand why that's there. And then,
especially with a Genesect, it's sort of similar things.
I would have thought if he wanted a second steel type, would have gone for like maybe like a more defensive steel type.
Yeah.
Rather
maybe
than
something like maybe like an Empoleon he could have.
Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, I think Empoleon could have worked for sure.
Then
he
yeah.
Sorry, and then he sort of picks up some decently okay bulk. And this team, even though it's like somewhat balanced, he has a lot of like similar weaknesses. Like his team's really, really weak to eye. It isn't helped by the fact I think he has like 3 flying types on this team.
Yep.
And
he's got a Levitator, yeah. So enjoy bringing your ground types versus him, I guess.
Yeah, and I think it was Hughes week 1. He brought a expert belt Deoxys Speed. I think it had like Bolt Beam, Hidden Power Fire, and Psyshock, and that actually hit his whole team super effectively. Besides Mega Zam, because he has like even though his team's somewhat balanced, defensively I just don't think it works because a lot of his walls just have similar weaknesses.
I'm also wondering, like, I feel like of course Togekiss round 6 is pretty good pickup, especially with like things like Hydreigon. It has very good synergy, but I feel like Jellicent was picked up a bit too early. We're talking about Lucario, Emolga being picked up round, what was it, 10? I think he could have definitely waited on that as well, especially with Nihilego. I don't really know the points, but I don't know. Plus also, like, a lot of his team is around the base like 100 speed tier. You've got obviously Nihilego, Emolga, Genesect, Hydreigon, and as we were discussing earlier with someone else's, I think it was, we were talking about the team with round 2 slacking, Dark Souls team. The speed difference between 103 to 126 to 150, so yeah.
Yeah, I think the 150 and 126 isn't a huge deal, but the 126 to 103, that could definitely be a bit of an issue for him. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't know why Emolga's there. I'm not sure what Emolga does to this team. I would maybe like another wall which isn't weak to Bolt Beam.
Yeah, because I was looking at the team, and Emolga's a 1-point Pokemon, so I mean, it can't. I mean, I sort of get it, but like, there's still like other like electric types that are okay-ish. Like Didene could have added a bit to this team. At least it wouldn't have been a third flying type. And
Yeah,
I think
like maybe you could like swap the Tokis for like a Floette Eternal potentially.
yeah.
I think that could help a fair bit. Obviously, probably need to maybe do some more trades there. Make sure he gets like another decent remover.
Yeah, you could also put Emolga and Cricketune, which I think is 2 points, and get like a 3-point Electro type, which
Yeah,
could be
possibly.
something.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much Cricketune is. I mean, if like Cricketune like 1 or 2 points, I think if you're just gonna get for webs, that's fine because you have a lot of things like Genesect which really appreciate potential webs.
Yeah, I'm not sure about his. I mean, I was about to say I'm not sure about his fairy resist, but I guess they're okay.
Yeah. I think his fair resists are alright. Yeah.
So we move on to number 7 then.
Sure.
Which I'm just saying, number 7 is a team that I probably would have drafted just because it's got fair.
It does. It has a Parkzy. It's like Parkzy season 4 vibe.
Yeah. Just because it's got like Ferrothorn and Mega Altaria, but and Greninja, which I've wanted to draft for the longest amount of time. So we've got Greninja, which is Protein Greninja, isn't it?
Yes.
We don't have Evolve on. Then we've got Ferrothorn, Mega Altaria, Volcanion, Necrozma, Palossand, Galvantula, Hitmontop, Gengar, Flygon, Rotom, Frost, and Klinklang. So bit of an interesting team. Middle of the road.
Yeah, there are a lot of things I like about this team. I think it's really well balanced. I think it's got a lot of really good potent offensive mons. I think maybe it's a bit more leaning towards the special side than physical. Although a lot of these mons can also go physical as well. Like you can have physical Gren, Altaria, Necrozma, and Volcanion. So I guess it isn't like a huge deal. My only real gripe about this team is I think there's like a massive speed gap. I think it goes from like Hitmontop at 70 to Palossand at 35. Even though that's like a lower tier speed gap, so it's not as big of a deal. It does mean a lot of things like Celesteela, Clefable, stuff like the base 50 speed mons just aren't like pressured to run any sort of speed.
Yeah. There's like a speed tier difference that big, so it's gonna be a bit of an effect, even if it's down in the lower tiers. But
yeah,
he's got quite a good a trick room option as well with Necrozma and Klinklang.
Yeah, he does have potential trick room on that team. I also like he has good like hazard stack as well with. I'm a huge fan of Hitmontop, but it's a spinner at least.
I think it was JJ that was talking about it, that you just bring it because you need the spin.
Right,
and there's a lot of matchups where you just don't want to bring it, but you sort of have to.
Yeah. I will say that a good offensive ghost type sort of looks like it can go on this team because it only ghost resists the Greninja.
Yeah.
Which is a very skeptical ghost resist, especially when it's Protean.
Yeah, ghost types are like sort of like a double-edged sword for this team because he can offensively check them with his own ghost types, but
yeah,
if they can get the advantage on his ghost types on
right.
switching, then I'm not sure.
I also think like a good fairy type could be a bit of an issue. I think when you draft Protean Greninja, obviously it can't have Gungshot and U-turn. You want to have like really good like fairy checks. Even though like Gengar's a good offensive check, it obviously can't switch into them that well. And Ferrothorn with the 4 times fire weakness means that it can be taken advantage of. And I guess Volcanion can sort of switch into them, so I guess there's that. And Klinklang, I'm not a fan. That thing's not a mon.
The less we say about Klinklang, the better.
Yeah.
I do like that.
It did end up being a Kieran Black switch in, so I guess it's that.
Yeah. I do like the fact that he didn't fall into the classic pet trap that a lot of people do when they draft Mega Altaria, where they just use it as their Dragon and Fairy type and actually picked up Flygon, which is an actual Dragon type.
Yeah, I'd have maybe preferred a second berry over a second dragon. But I think yeah, at least making it not pressure to run both those typings is at least good.
Because at least with Mega Altaria, like the standard sets both have like Fairy Stab with Return and Facade and Hyper Voice, but you never really see Draco or anything on it. So
Yeah.
having that offensive Dragon type that can still Dragon Dance is very good.
Yeah, I think he has a lot of like like a lot of things you have to like prepare for this team. So I like this team.
I think I had something noted down about the speed tiers about being around the base 80. Yeah, okay, quite a few Pokemon around the base 80 to 92.
Yeah, the
across
speed
map.
details aren't great on this team. To be
I mean, yeah, having 4 Pokemon, especially on a 12 Pokemon team around 80 to 90 isn't awful, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because later on with the Greninja, the Gengar, the Flygon, like that's good speed tiering difference, so...
Yeah, they're all just like I don't think they're spread out the best though.
Yeah. It could have got like maybe like a base 60 or something, because
Yeah.
yeah, that would have been a lot better, as you were saying, trying to pressure those base 60s. So yeah, you want to move on to number 6?
Yeah.
Okay, so next up at number 6 we have got Jeff and the Manhattan Mantines with Tapu Lele, which is Psychic Surge, Garchomp, Makalula, Milotic, Mega Manectric, Crown 6 Ditto, Hood'em Heat, Fortress, Terrakion, Piloswine, and Servine.
Yeah, I think this team is both built well around Lele, but also falls short in some areas. Like, I really like the fact that he's really pressured steel types with stuff like Garchomp and the Terrakion, which is very nice. He's got like one of the best Lele switch-ins in Alolan Mark, which is very, very nice as well. He's got a good he's got a decent defensive core with the Alolan Mark, Melodic, Rotomite, and Fortress, even though I'm not a huge fan of all those ones. Oh, and the Piloswine, of course. And there's a lot of things that you sort of have to prepare for, like Lele and Ditto, and of course Z-Chomp. But I think the biggest reason why this team isn't higher is really it's the speed, because he does have the Mega Manectric, which I think he has traded for Mega Pidgeot now. But then it just goes down to Terrakion and then Garchomp, and I think another fast one would really help this team out a lot, because the thing with Lele is that you want it to be your breaker rather than like a revenger. So you want to surround it with like a lot of like really fast mons who can just pick off all the things that's able to break. I don't think there's enough of that on this team.
Yeah, I feel like ground types for this team are going to be quite a bit of an issue, since his only real forms of momentum are Volt Switch through his, and also just ground types are annoying for things like Terrakion and Garchomp, and his grass type isn't really the best.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that he's picked up Alolan Muck, because it's sometimes a bit of an issue with Psychic Surge Lele that you get a bit revenge killed by opposing Psychic types.
Right.
That being said, I think that this team might lean on Alolan Muck a bit too much, because that's really his only psychic response outside Fortress. Come on.
Yeah, the Fortress isn't a great psychic response.
Yeah, I use Fortress in the league. I think it came once. It just no. Yeah, but I do like Hazard Stack as well. Speaking of Fortress, like spikes for Lele and Chomp and Terrakion are.
Yeah.
And his Mega Manectric, which is now Mega Pidgeot. What do you think about that Mega trade, by the way?
I don't really have a strong opinion about it. I mean, you already had an electric type, although Mega Manectric and Rotomite do different things. I guess it does help with those ground types a bit more, just being able to like offensively like switch in to like an EQ and stuff. But obviously, it doesn't really help his case in terms of speed. Like basically, you can have like a 110 Scarf Mon, and it outspeeds his whole team, and that's a bit of an issue.
Yeah, I don't really get the Ditto on this team because I feel like Choice Scarfers will come anyway.
Yeah. I guess it's like something else to prep for. Just
Yeah,
because Lele can be like really annoying to prep for.
it's just how many points was Ditto? Like
7, I think.
7. Because I look at that and I see Servine, and I think that you could get a better grass type out of that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's a pretty good team. We also forgot to mention that with this is a league where well, for this season at least, where you can run Z crystals on any Pokemon. It's an open Z format, so
Yes.
yeah, having a Z Garchomp to take care of, Z Terrakion.
Yeah, you can't run Z Lele, which is the important thing.
Yeah, I was about to say Z Lele, but
Yeah, but he still has a lot of good options. One more thing I will say is that even though he does have Lele, he doesn't have great like switch-ins to offensive fighting types. I don't think. I think his only resistant bat is Lele itself.
yes.
So yeah, even
Yeah,
though like maybe Lele might pull off some like fighting types are coming because like Lele just comes in afterwards. And actually there are a good number of fighting types which do outspeed Lele anyway. If it just comes in, they can pretty much claim a kill effectively.
Yeah, because he has so many like slow mods as well that
Yeah.
lose momentum with a Alolan Fortress has to run Volt Switch, otherwise it's just super easy to get a Pokemon in, and then a few other Pokemon when it's easy, so yeah. Plus also a lot of fighting type Pokemon have poison coverage or just coverage.
Yeah, exactly. They can have coverage for Lele.
So I think that might be a bit of an issue for his team as well.
Yeah.
I did notice that. That's a good spot. So do you want to move on to number 5?
Yeah.
So I just want to quickly say I don't think we were expecting to put a team with a Pikachu in the top 5 ever in these power rankings.
I think I had him at like I think I had him much lower than 5, but I'll go into why.
I think I put him a bit higher.
Yeah.
But he has got a team of Aegislash, Tapu Bulu, Suicune, Crocodile, Mega Medicham, Alolan Persian, Deoxys Speed, Crobat, Drampa, Pikachu, and Monferno.
This team has a lot of like really good things going for it, and it has a lot of like really big setbacks, which makes it fall short a fair bit. Although I guess I'll go into the first one saying that he doesn't have a grounded poison, and Croak's just a really awkward fit on this team. But he has since traded and gone MX3's Nidoking, and I think that helps his team a lot more.
Yes,
but
because
sorry,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, especially because it just helps out with offense from a ground type a lot more. I mean, you're never really going to have that as a Crocodile as a great grass response anyway in the terrain, but it helps. Like Choice Scarf Nidoking's going to be a better revenge killer with Earth Power instead of Crocodile. It has to play around with the Grass Surge and the Earthquake.
Yeah, and it also gives him like a T-Spiker, which is nice, which complements the hazard stacking that Deoxys Speed provides. Although I will say that his hazard game's pretty weak because his Stealth Rock is the Deoxys Speed, the Croak / Nidoking, and the Monferno. Monferno's not going to come every week, and that being forced to run rocks on Deoxys Speed like really hinders its potential a lot more, I feel.
Yeah, let's just say I had to trade my rock setting Deoxys Speed for Illumise in one of my battles. So, not the best trade.
Yeah, we'll get on to that when those PRs come out. But yeah, to be fair, I don't think that like his initial plan was to draft around Deoxys Speed because he only got like rounds 7.
I know, that's insane.
Yeah, that was pretty. I'm not sure what was going on there.
This team has like 4 round 1 packs.
Round 7. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, and I think his removal is just Crobat and Drampa, which is not particularly great either.
Yeah.
And then of course you have the Pikachu and the. I mean, I think Monferno for 1 point, it can do some things. I think Monferno for 1 point's okay. I'm not sure what's up with the Pikachu. I think
mean,
like
isn't it 1 point as well?
yeah, it is 1 point. I feel like Postal. Postal just because it gets Nasty Pot's a bit better.
Yeah.
And like Nasty Pot Baton Pass into like Deoxys speed.
Because the Deoxys can't run Nasty Pot itself, nor
Yeah,
use
yeah,
speed
exactly.
items.
So you can get around it that way potentially.
Can Aegislash use Z moves? At the second-
Yes, it can.
Yeah, this team can. I mean, without the Crocodile, a little less, but it can definitely utilize Parkzy as well.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
'Cause you have to obviously fear the Alolan Persian, and you've got Bulu that could be SD, and then Aegislash.
It does. Actually, I was gonna say like without terrain, I could see him like maybe being a bit weak to ground types. But he has a Coon, and like Coon can sort of deal with most ground types.
Yeah. I mean, he's got Crobat, which is that's
Yeah.
flying type. Yeah, he's got pretty good momentum as well. I mean, it's all right.
Yeah, his momentum is bad. Like Alolan Potion, Crobat, technically Monferno, a very big push Pikachu.
Choice Scar Pikachu, come on.
Yeah, and like you can even on stuff like Baton Pass, Mega Medicham, which I think is actually pretty underrated. Like you can like they go into the bulky Psychic type, you Baton Pass, you go into Croak and you Pursuit Trap.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I feel like this team is really good with the Mega Medicham Deoxys Speed core.
Yeah, I really like this too.
I know that sometimes it can be criticized that teams have overlapping typings, but I think that these two breaking on the special and physical, well, mostly special side for Deoxys and physical side for Mega Medicham is going to really help with the bulky Psychics and the bulky Ghost types that have to break down.
Yeah, I think like when you have Mega Medicham, I think you do need to get another Psychic type anyway, just because otherwise I think Psychic types can just run Carmine, Psychic, Focus Blast, Recover pretty much.
Yeah.
And you don't want stuff like a Megazam or a Reuniclus ever running. Being able to have the luxury of running stuff like that. I think its beaters are pretty spread out very well, which I can't really say about too many teams that we've seen so far. I think this is like one of the few times where I think the beaters are just very.
It's just I don't know. I mean, you've used Monferno, but it's like so hard to like put a fighting type and a fire type, which are two very good offensive typings, and get a 1-point Pokemon out of it. I feel like that might be a hindrance to him.
Yeah, I guess. Like Monferno's a good niche mon, but you have to be comfortable like bringing it.
Yeah, we'll bring it to every playoff game.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that works too. That's a good strategy. What's his flying responses?
Aegislash it is pretty much it. I think it is pretty Aegislash and technically Pikachu. So just Aegislash then.
Yeah, we're looking at a 10-1. I put that down in my notes. Why do I only see 9 Pokemon? I embrace my inner JJ Bizzle.
I feel like maybe with trades he could try to like balance it out and try to boost that Pikachu up to maybe something like, I don't know, like a regular Rotom maybe, if he can stretch that. Although that does give him double Ghost. But I don't know, like maybe I feel like maybe another removal would help him out a huge bunch.
I mean, the thing is, he can pretty much bring the first year Pokemon and probably win most games, but it's just
exactly.
They don't have the most versatile options. Usually, they only have 1 or 2 good sets.
I mean,
Bulu can be SD or Scar. Well,
yeah, you can run
SD
some
fan,
like good like bulky defensive Bulu sets as well.
but like Crook is really going to be like Scar for rocks, defensive rocks, Mega Metacham, and then there's Suicune, which has Mind, Protect, and well, like sub rest.
Yeah, yeah. Coon has like the Coon sets, but it does those things very well.
Yeah.
Aegislash can definitely be versatile, and so can Deoxys Speed. Deoxys Speed especially, you can run so many different sets.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
And Crobat can also like go a few different ways as well.
I also like that. I mean, you can also set up spikes with Deoxys Speed, since Deoxys is just such a good hazard setter.
Yeah.
You don't want to bring it obviously every week, but it can pretty much outspeed everything, taunt it, before they taunt it, and then set up hazards.
Yeah, and then that just like supports a lot of like the offensive mons.
Yeah, his 3 fastest Pokemon all can viably run taunt.
Yeah, which is very, very nice.
Yeah. Should we move on to number 4, or do you have any more points?
I will just finally say that I think the Nidoking trade was a really good trade on his part. That's because I think T-Spikes is very nice with stuff like Aegislash, Medicham, and especially Suicune.
And it also gives him a bit more special offense, which
yeah,
is always nice. So let's move on to number 4 now, which is our good friend Greenleaf Packers and PackFan. And he's got a team of Tapu Koko, Latios, Mega Scizor, Nidoqueen, Seismitoad, Holucha, Incineroar, Blissey, Tangela, Xatu, Raichu Alola, and Munchlax. And I also got a message from a Discord, and it's just Alan saying that he's a big fan. So yeah, big fan of you too, Alan. So yeah, the Coco team.
Yeah, the Coco team. It's a very typical Coco team, but I think it's a very fun team. I like it a lot actually. I think it has there's like really good offense. I like the double grounds with Coco. Yeah. He's got a lot of like really good like speed control with Lucha and Alolan Raichu. There are 1 or 2 like big hindrances to the team. I think the biggest one is the fact that he's extremely weak to ice types.
Yeah.
Like a Mamoswine pretty much just 6-0s his team if Mega Sizzle goes down. Yeah, I think Mega Sizzle's actually pressured a lot defensively for this team just because of that ice weakness.
I just feel like you're going to be seeing the same Pokemon very often on this team. Well,
I mean,
put in work. Because I just don't see how Blissey really fits on this team.
No, neither do I. I think it's just a PackFan pick. I mean, he picked it like round 2 in like season 7, so.
Yeah. I know he does like Blissey, but like things like Tangela, Xatu, Munchlax.
Yeah. I mean, Tangela, as like a defensive grass is pretty solid, I think, for its price. It doesn't have like many other like really good like physical defensive mons, so I think it has its place on this team. But yeah, Xatu, yeah, I don't think it comes to too many games. Munchlax, I mean, it has its matchups, but they're just very few and far between. It's a 1-point mon. I think for 1 point, Munchlax is fine.
It gets thick fat, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does get thick fat. So yeah, I guess that is technically another ice resist for this team.
Have we ever ranked a Tapu Koko team below 5?
I have to have a good look through the. You can keep talking. I'm gonna look through all the teams and see.
Okay. So one critique that I have of this team is the fact that there is obviously the main core between Mega Scizor, Nidoqueen, and Seismitoad that is heavily based around 75 and 74 base speed. it's not too bad, I guess, but it's just that those are your Pokemon that are your main picks and that are going to be coming pretty much every single week. So it does make it a little bit more easier to plan for, and I believe also like it'll just make like base 90s a little bit more flexible, being able to potentially run Adamant or Modest. And well, as Haz was saying as well, just having double ground types is really good, because some teams might just only one ground type, and as I said previously with with the Tapu Lele team, people don't really realize that they can, of course, get reverse swept by their own terrain. So it's important to have good electric responses, and that's what I think that Pack did as well here. Good stealth rockers as well, and the hazard removal is that's pretty good as well. He's got I believe 4, well technically 5 default, which is Zatu, and it can also be a magic bouncer. And well, I feel like it's also going to be a bit hard to try and like he's going to have to try and get in Tapu Koko a lot. Like pretty much every single time that a Pokemon dies, he's going to try and get Tapu Koko in with revenge kill, because you need that terrain up for the Holucha, you need the terrain up for the Raichu Alola, and yeah. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there. I think in season 2, that's I think Pack had drafted Cook. He drafted the weird team. I don't think that got top 5, and I'm pretty sure in season 5, Spoink was like ranked really low. And I'm looking at the season 4 video as we speak.
Okay.
This is very great content, I must say. Okay, and Hughes. Oh my god, there isn't a number beside it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think. All right. I think Hughes got a middling position with Coco Mega Latios.
Okay. I just.
All right. So that was some very important information.
Anything else?
Let me see. Not really. I mean, I think a lot of his defoggers are mons which don't really want to run defog, like stuff like Coco, Latios. Holucha's probably never gonna run defog, and Mega Sizzle's a decent defogger, but I feel like it might be pressure to run that set a lot. Like I said, I think Mega Sizzle's going to probably be pressure to run a more defensive sort of role for most weeks.
Because if you want to run a defog Mega Sizzle, you sort of have to scout like Pokemon in Park.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, like people can like run their setters so they have HP fire. That could really hinder it.
So yeah, we all go with this team.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to number 3. So congratulations if you got into the top 3. And we have got the Orlando Solar Beams and Killeraski here. And he has got a team of Darkrai Deoxys Defense, which, by the way, is a full Deoxys Defense. In previous seasons, it couldn't run Recover. Now this is the full deal. Mega Charizard X, Vaporeon, Decidueye, Registeel, Hitmonchan, Ribombee, Raikou, Claydol, Muck, and Kingler. This is also a Parkzy team, I think.
Okay, so the last time I talked about a killer team, he got really salty because I said that Rakuni wasn't a good bulky water, and that having Zardwai and Florges as your only removers is bad because Zardwai doesn't care about rocks because it's an offensive mon. So I have nothing bad to say about Killer Team. It's absolutely perfect in every single way, and that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, Killer, please leave the Parkzy paragraphs to me, okay?
Yeah, but alright, yeah, we'll be fair. We'll go into this team. I don't know what it is about this team. When I first saw it, I didn't really like it. But to us, I don't really have too much wrong to say. I mean, even though there is a round for Vaporeon, which I'm not the biggest fan of, he's got some really good offense with the Darkrai and Zardex. I think both those mons force a lot of prep, which is very nice. I think his speed tiers are pretty solid. I think they're really well spread out. I will say there are a few mons here which I think are a bit suspect. Like I think maybe he'll disagree with this, but Claydol, it's a bit of a dodgy mon. I mean, Parkzy will know that it can sometimes pull in some work, but I think it just a lack of recovery really hurts it.
Oh yeah. I can't remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
And
I don't think Cosmic Power Cradle's coming very many weeks.
Yeah, Mark, I'm not too sold on. I mean, for a 3-point poison type, I guess it's fine, but really, it's not going to come to too many games. That just means he's pretty weak to T spikes. And Kingler, yeah, I mean, it's a Kingler.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be cool. Yeah, it's a cool one. Like it can run some. It can be like pretty threatening offensively, but I don't know. It's a Kingler.
I mean, yeah, Kingler's good from the fact that teams just don't expect it and doesn't come that often, so you can bring it to one game and it can sneakily get a kill or two, but you're probably only gonna bring it to 1 or 2 games.
Yeah.
And Claydol has a lot of competition from Deoxys Defense, which I think, it's a Deoxys Defense, you bring it pretty much every single week. I think that his first 3, even 4 picks probably come every single week.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, and then it's whatever he wants. So you could bring Registeel, he's going to bring some sort of Cosmic Power, Deoxys Defense, or if he wants to sweep with Swords Dance Charizard X, and he could bring the Webs with Ribombay. Yeah, I mean, it's an alright team. It's just there's obviously some Pokemon that I don't think he's going to be bringing that often. Mainly the final 3 and the Hitmonchan.
Yeah, I think a lot of his mons are like taunt fodder. Like Deoxys, I saw someone say that Deoxys Defense is basically a Psychic type Registeel with spikes and recovery, and to be honest, they're not far off.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't it be just better to describe it as like a Reuniclus that gets Stealth Rocks and spikes?
Yeah, but it doesn't have like the instant output of Reuniclus. I think they're different mons.
Acrocelia.
Okay, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess Crash would be a bit more accurate on that front. Yeah, Deoxys Defense is sort of hard to judge. I've seen that sometimes it do work, and then sometimes it does absolutely nothing. So it's really up to him of how well he uses it. I just really like the Decidueye pick because you can baton pass Nasty Plot into Darkrai, and then Darkrai pretty much just wins.
Also, Darkrai can't run Nasty Plot or Z. That's correct.
Yes, that is correct.
So yeah, Nasty Plot baton pass is also an option. There's also Quiver Dance baton pass. Does Ribombay get baton pass?
You can't baton pass speed.
Oh yeah. You can't baton pass multiple stats, can't you? Or is it
stats? It's a complicated rule. Leave it at that.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's got all the basics. It's a pretty good team. Yeah, it's just
I think again this is another team where even though it does have the Darkrai, a really good offensive ghost type can maybe cause 1 or 2 issues, although it's not quite as bad as like say Bull WWC. But yeah, I think actually how many mons are weak to ice on this team?
There is 1, 2. The Decidueye, Claydol.
Oh, actually, no, never mind. I thought forget that comment.
Okay. Did you get a mixed up with another team?
Yeah, I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's also got a pretty good momentum for things like Darkrai and Mega Charizard.
Yeah, he does have good momentum on this team. I mean, yeah, even though at first this team, I really didn't like it. It doesn't have too much wrong with it, to be honest. Yeah. I think it's pretty solid all in all. And I might just be saying this so Killer doesn't write 1,000-word essay on why all my points are wrong.
Yeah, it's okay. You have a 200 limit, no 2,000 word limit on a. So.
Yeah, congratulations, Killer. Your team isn't as bad as it was last time. So maybe you'll pick up 3 wins this season. You know.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Don't worry, Killer. I'll be there trying to get 3 wins with you. Yeah, I've got 2 wins for like the past 3 seasons. So next at number 2 is the FC Barcelona. No, Barcelona. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
honestly, so I thought this was like a play on Seismitoad firstly. I got the T and the O mixed around, so I was so confused when I saw Lotads.
Do you not see like the Lotads on the logo?
No, because I saw the Lotads in the logo, and then I was like, but it's Toad in the name. Like, why do you have Seismitoad? Just stick to Gothenburg, Garchomp.
Yeah, maybe. But he was like the FK Binu Sarajevo in last time he was here. He has a lot of teams, let's just say that.
Yeah, come on, just stick to one.
Oh, he also has the Bosnian Nido. He has 4 different teams. This man, he's not loyal.
Yeah, he's got all these teams marketing for him. Anyway, he's got a team of Mew, Kieran Black, Infernia, Magearna that can't run any items whatsoever, Donphan, Slurpuff, Swallow, Lantern, Garbodor, Leafeon, Solrock, and Mega Sharpedo. This team's awesome.
Solrock is broken.
Yeah. Hey, custom car Solrock. I mean, you could, yeah.
Yeah, I think this team has a lot of like good things going for it. I think Mew and Kieran Black is your first 2 picks are pretty broken if you ask me.
He got wheel, didn't he?
Yeah, he got the wheel.
Also, he got round 3 Infernia.
That's really good as well.
Yeah. Also, I think this team supports Magearna as well.
Yeah, I agree.
He's also got Slurpuff, which is a fairy type, but it also does different things than Magearna. Some people might just pick up a steel or fairy type and still do similar things to Magearna, but Slurpuff can set up webs, it can belly drum.
Yeah, it can also. It's also a wish passer, which is.
That's true.
I think he has a lot of like really good trick room options with his team, like Magearna with like Donphan, offensive Donphan as well.
I don't even think it's like a slow Kieran Black or a cheaper Mew.
Yeah, exactly. I think his speed could be better, although it does help the fact that Sharpedo obviously has the speed boost pre-mega, and this isn't obviously a first mega league or anything. So I think he has. I think that does alleviate it a bit. But when you have stuff like Kieran Black, you want to surround it with like a lot of speed, and maybe one other faster mon could help with that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Solrock does for this team.
I don't know, an extra stealth rocker, I guess.
Yeah, I guess there's maybe that.
I guess levitate, doesn't it?
It does get levitate, so it's a ground immunity at least. Yeah. And I think his team. Yeah, his team isn't has a lot of ground weak mons. I think he has the Infernape, Magearna, Lantern, and Garbodor.
Yeah, I'm just so scared for teams that have to prep for Z Mew, Z Kieran Black, and Z Infernia. Like
yeah, the Z options are crazy.
That's going to be really tough as well. Plus, also, I mean, we were saying that Solrock is a stealth rocker, but he already has like 3 really good stealth rockers anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe not Infernia, but I mean, don't.
Yeah, Infernape's a solid like offensive stealth rocker.
Okay. Yeah. I also like that. Yeah, he's got a pretty bulky water type as well with Lantern. That yeah, it's cheap, but it's definitely. Like, it's good value.
Yeah, I think you definitely need another water type when you pick up Mega Sharpedo, because that thing, can not switch into a Skull Jet Low. When you got a water type to switch into, so that was a nice pickup. It also gives him he has some really good momentum on the team, like Mew, Infernape, Magearna, Lantern, Swallow.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think. Sorry, you go.
Sorry.
Ahead.
Yeah, you can go.
I just think that this team really breaks well as well for Sharpedo. He's got a lot of priority options with Mew, Infernia, Donphan, Of course, Slurpuff that can also raise its speed, and it also has Infernium and Mega Sharpedo. That's a good offensive core.
Yeah, and I also like I think Hazard Stack is really good on this team as well.
Yeah, I think it really is as well.
What are your thoughts on that Migina Battle with its current restrictions? Because I know you had it a few seasons ago and you did really well with it.
So I think that obviously it hurts it a lot. Personally, for the team, I don't think that my team is that well suited around it because I had to run Shuckerberry about 5 of my games because my only actual ground response was Sceptile. But I think that it hurts it a lot because it can't run things like Choice Scarf. It's very slow. It can't do anything like a Papa Berry. It still can get like OHKO'd by fire and ground type attacks. Magearn is a Pokemon that I found out was a Pokemon that a lot of Pokemon switch into and they hit it and then you just have to hit it back harder and knock them out. So I think that without items, like an Assault Vest as well, yeah, I still think that it's worthy of a round 4 pick. I still think it's one of the better steel types.
Yeah.
But if I was to compare it to a steel type, I would say that it's about like I'd say it's about the range of maybe like a Cobalion or something.
Fair. I think on this team it's very good though. I think he built around it well here. I think on this team is where we can see Migina put a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Kieran Black and stuff breaks for it well.
Yeah, and also I think a lot of his mons really appreciate a slow pivoting option, which Migina provides.
Also, Solrock is also a fire resist, which his team doesn't really deal that well with.
Yeah, I mean it does have the double water, but obviously Sharpedo.
Yeah, Sharpedo and Infernium aren't really going to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a nice thing with it.
So should we move on to number 1?
Yeah, who could it be?
Who could it be? I actually helped him design this team, so I'm taking a good solid 12.5% of the credit.
Okay, well I helped him with it too, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
okay.
so maybe this was why he's number 1.
Yeah, if we say good enough things about the team, we're technically patting ourselves on the back as well. So number 1 we have got MX3 and the AFC Ajaxorus with Mega Diancie,
oh my god,
Skarmory, Como.
You said it wrong.
Ajaxorus.
Ajaxorus.
Ajaxorus. That's not an I in there. That's
Yeah,
AJ.
it's Dutch. It's Dutch.
Alright.
You uncultured swine.
I mean, I can't really say anything because you can't say anything either. You like pronounce my team.
Okay, alright. Well, you should have some pity then.
Okay, yeah. I was about to argue against you, but then I realized that that's what I call people when they can't pronounce my team.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, Victini, Skarmory, Como, Araquanid, Nidoking, Dhelmise, Greninja, which is Torrent, Zebstrika, Komala, and Grambo. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this team is it's very, very scary. I think I really like his first 4 picks. I think Skarmory really complements Victini and Diancie a lot. I think it's being able to remove hazards for Victini is very nice. It's a very good ground switching. It can easily both set up Stealth Rocks and Spikes for those two. Victini is very nice for Mega Diancie to remove the bulky steel types for it. Even though it does get Earth Power, obviously you have to watch out for stuff like Sugarberry, Mons. But with Victini, obviously it just clicks Recreate in front of it and then boom. I think...
I'm gonna go charge my laptop real quick so you...
yeah, alright, fine, sure. I think Komodo's very good for this team as well. Defensively it complements both of Skarmory's weaknesses. It breaks down the steel types again for Diancie. Skarmory can switch into the fairy types for all that, and it's able to sell up on a lot of things that think that it can wall Victini. And then it got the round 5 Arachnid, which is I think it's another good round resist for his team. And also
it's a
sets
very
up
good bulky
webs.
water type.
Yeah, oh, it's the best bulky water type.
Please ask you.
I mean,
but
because he has Greninja. This is Torrent Greninja, by the way. A round 8
Yeah.
Torrent Greninja, mind you, which makes it very good. I think it isn't quite as bad as. I think like as your only water, I think it's questionable. But when you have double water, I think Arachnid is fine.
I think the funny.
Sorry, you can go.
I think the funniest thing about this team is that he didn't want half of it. At least from my side, he was constantly saying that, oh, I just don't want this, and that's why he got Greninja round 8. Because I was telling him since round 5 to get it, and he just wouldn't.
Yeah, I was trying to get Greninja as well. Then I think he basically got sniped on everything he wanted, so he ended up with Greninja. Even though Greninja's like shouldn't even be on the board by round 8. It's definitely like a like as high as like I've seen it goes high as round 2. And I think justifiably so, because it just does so many things for a team. And it really helps his speed as well.
Yeah, because I can set up toxic spikes, and that like the hazard stack in this team is insane.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and then he has like 2 good spinners, which really complement that.
Also, the Victini, Dhelmise, and Greninja is really good offensively.
Yeah, those 3 like really go well together nicely. He also has the better Mega Electric in the Zeb Striker, which can pursuit trap those bulky. It can pursuit trap Starmie, so that's a perk.
Has anyone even drafted Starmie?
No, so it's
in theory it's good.
Yeah, in theory it's a better Mega Electric just on that basis. I think getting another fairy type is nice. You don't want Diancie switching into a lot of the stuff that you generally want a fairy type to switch into.
Like fighting attacks.
Yeah, and Granbull's just very nice. Because it's one of the few ones that gets ground coverage, it's actually very hard to switch into as well.
Yeah, people forget that it's got a 120 attack stat, so that'll also help out a lot.
Yeah. I guess the only like complaints I have is that he's a bit weak to ground, even though he does have stuff like the Skarmory and the Arachnid. I think it's Diancie, Victini, Nidoking, which he does trade with Hughes, but I'll get into that in a second, and Zeb Striker. So he does have like good switch into that stuff like Skarmory, Arachnid can switch in decently well, and as can Dhelmise. And the other thing I was gonna say with that trade, even though Crook means that he's slightly less weak to ground, it does make him a bit weak to T-spikes, which is a bit of an issue. But obviously, Skarmory is like one of the best removers, so I guess that helps. But it just means he has to be a bit more careful around hazard. And also, I don't think Kamala can get poisoned, right? Because of Comatose.
Yeah.
So there is that as well.
Also, poison types, even if he does have Crocodile, aren't the best versus his team because he only has 1 weakness.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. He has all these like Rock with Diancie, Ghost with Dhelmise, so yeah. He also does have quite a few Pokemon around the base 40 speed tier, doesn't he? With Dhelmise, Arachnid, and Granbull.
Do you have any Trick Room? I guess Trick Room Victini is a set.
Yeah, Diancie gets Trick Room. Don't know if I don't think Granbull does.
No, I don't think Granbull does.
So I mean, yeah, he could run something like that.
Yeah, I guess it's also good like anti-Trick Room because like Trick Room would really hurt stuff like Ground and potentially Mega Diancie as well. So there is that at least.
Yeah, it's good. He's also got quite a good bit of momentum with his team as well.
Yeah.
He's got.
I think it's Victini, Gren, Zebstriker, Kamala.
I believe so, yes.
Yep.
And he's also got Delmise, which can annoyingly trap things as well. He's got quite a few good trappers. With,
yeah, it does.
Arachnid as well.
Yeah, and if you add Crook to that, yeah, especially. Yeah, I will say one last thing is I think actually never mind. No, I don't have anything else to say.
Okay. Also, just the offense is really good, especially like Mega Deontay, Victini, and like Como is a really good offensive core as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So we all done here?
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Okay. Do you want me to go over these last slides? 8 to 1. Just
yeah, sure. Should we do? Actually, we may as well do 16 to 1 just so.
Right. Okay. So so the Swarm DGBA power rankings. We're going to be going over them once and for all. So 18, we've got Bill. 15, we've got the LA Late Guardians and ATT. 14, we've got the Mullen and Mawwilds and Dyla. 13, we've got the Baltimore Buzzwolves and Neck. 12, we've got the LA Charizard and Ishan. 11, we've got the Dallas Metagross and DJ Black. 10, we've got the Killaraski Darkrai and Dark Soul. We've got the New York Gallade and DKK, which is the coach at number 9. And number 8, we've got the Wellington Porygons by Tezzy. And number 7, we've got the San Jose Sharpedos by Ball WW. At number 6, we've got the Manheim Mantines by Jeff. By number 5, we've got the Mobreaker FKs, which is Hughes' team. At number 4, we've got Pack with the Greenleaf Bayleaf Packers. At number 3, we've got the Orlando Solar Beams. Number 2 is the FC Barcelotad with Shiny. And number 1, we have the AFC Ajaxorus with MX3.
Yay.
Good pronunciation there. So yeah, that's the power rankings. We're also going to be doing the Poison Point and the Speed Boost power rankings, I guess.
Eventually, yeah. Although there'll be different people doing those. So yeah, we're trying to get like different people's views. So that should hopefully be interesting.
Yeah, so make sure to go tune in for that, as always. Subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss that. And,
yeah, and if you have like, if we're happy to discuss like, if you think that we're absolutely wrong, Killer especially, let us know if you want to defend your picks.
Because we do want to be proven wrong, because I remember we ranked team 15th, wasn't it? Winter's team.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and then he got promoted. So you know, obviously, like you can have like a very dodgy team, but you can still do very well. It's really up to like how you can use the thing that you're given to you. We just like rank the teams based on like not just like how like we'd like to use it, but also just from just looking at them.
Like as I was saying, I got first in the last power rankings, and I did awful. So yeah, you can be a good coach with a bad team, and we're only critiquing the team at the end of the day. So
yeah, but hopefully you can take something out of it at least.
Yeah, so that's our power rankings. Hope you guys did enjoy. Please go easy on us, and yeah, anything you want to say, Has?
Subscribe to Parkzy.
Yeah, subscribe to me because I definitely upload consistently.
Yeah.
And subscribe to Has because
yeah, I upload.